Tastes good.
So I'm smiling because not so long ago, I was one for not taking supplements. There was a phase actually in my younger years when I was taking protein, a little bit of creatine, and actually creatine I might start taking again as I'm now planning on increasing my resistance training, strength training, etc. Anyway, now my cupboard looks like this. Yeah, not the top shelf, forget that, and you don't need to look there. But these are the supplements I'm taking now. And like I said, before I was one for stating that you should be able to get everything you need from the right food, from good nutrient-dense food, from the environment, from exercise. And of course, much of that is absolutely still true, but I now see that there is a benefit to taking some supplementation. So just having a look, we've got glutamine, actually as recommended by the lovely Dr. Elena Serenova of NMN Bio, and we're about to come to that in a second. Now, she suggested this because this would help with my recovery after long bouts of manual labor. That, by the way, is a good bone broth company, Clean and Pure U. It comes in a powder form. You do need to add some kind of flavoring to it because it is pretty flavorless. This I'm going to come back to in a second, Oil of Oregano. Triple zinc, very good. Vitamin D3, I've got some electrolyte powder when it's a really hot day when I'm doing 8 hours of digging. Vitamin C, of course. Now, astaxanthin, I'm not too sure about. I think it is good for a lot of people. It is meant to support lots of different things like eye health. There are some blokes out there that have actually taken it to change the colour of their hair. In other words, going from grey to a darker colour. Of course, I don't really have that problem. And vitamin D3, yes, zinc, and that is it. So very quickly, this here, Oil of Oregano, I might do another video on that because that is something that I bought very recently to heal my 2 verrucas that rather disgustingly have been on my foot for probably 3 or 4 years. I tried everything to get rid of them and very recently tried iodine. That was recommended to me. That hasn't really had any significant effect, but it looks like this might well do. It's been a couple of weeks now. I'm seeing some noticeable changes, so I'll do another video on this. The only thing I would say is you can take it topically as well as you can eat it or drink it. Now, be careful. When you apply it topically, you apply it with a carrier, in other words, something like olive oil, and you have a teaspoon of olive oil and you put, say, 5 drops of that because it is powerful stuff. You add that to water and you're meant to be able to drink it. I tried this yesterday. My lip is still burning. And when you drink it, it does say on the packet, there is a warming feeling. Yeah, no shit, there is more than a warming feeling. There's a burning feeling. So careful. I'm not too sure whether I'm going to try consuming that by ingesting it again. But now let's come to NMN. It has been 6 months now, so I thought it about the right time to do a bit of a review. And I will state now, this is not a review based on data. I've not collected any data or blood samples to assess any molecular changes, any physiological changes. And maybe that's something I go down. Maybe that is a route that I go down because I am looking to continue taking this. So 6 months in, what have I noticed? The first month, as I mentioned before in my 2-month review, there were big changes as soon as I took 1 gram. So you start off with 250 milligrams, you bump it up to 500 milligrams, and then you go to 1 gram. I've heard of other people taking 1.5 grams. I might talk to Elena about that actually to see what her thoughts are on that. I suspect 1 gram is probably enough. I know that's what she takes. The effects are subtle. Apart from when I stepped it up to 1 gram, when I noticed almost as if my brain had woken up even further, it felt lighter, it felt like there was a cool breeze running through it. I don't have that same feeling now, but I am still feeling energetic, apart from, by the way, last week when obviously I succumbed to a cold. and I've now got the energy levels back, which is wonderful. And I think the biggest change I've noticed is in recovery and healing. I've definitely noticed, let's say I injure myself, a muscular injury from digging too much or lifting too much, or just simply I've done far too much exercise in the heat, and previously it would have taken me a good 2-3 days to recover sometimes. This has sped up the recovery phase. I say that with almost certainty, of course, because I can't absolutely claim it is this. It feels like it is because I have noticed changes that have occurred progressively over the 6 months, and it feels like I'm just better able to heal and recover. Those are the two noticeable things. Energy levels, I don't think I've noticed a change, but then I'm not necessarily an ideal person to look at, in that I was doing pretty well before through all the other methods and practices that I do. I think if you took a couch potato and gave them this, you'd probably see a marked difference after 6 months. So I'm not going to absolutely claim that for me, because I just don't think that would be fair. Cognition is another area. So obviously initially there was that sort of cool breeze effect. It's the only way I could describe it, running through my brain. And it felt like a few neurons had lit up. It just felt like there was a little bit more capability in there. And I guess that's probably something that I'm still noticing, but again, it is subtle. I don't want to oversell this. I'm keeping up with all the research. There's been 2 or 3 now human studies on NMN. They are looking positive. Obviously, we need more research. We need more human studies. Until those human studies, all of the research was done on mice. Now, obviously, the likes of David Sinclair has been taking it for a good 10 years or so, and he's claiming many benefits from taking it. I am, as a last point then, 6 months in, definitely going to still take this. NMN Bio, I know, are going to be reducing their price. I don't want to be one of those people on YouTube that absolutely says categorically this is the only one you should take, because again, I don't think that's fair, and I don't think Elena would want me to do that necessarily either, in the sense that there are lots of brands out there. But do your own research, have a look at the other videos I've put on that. There are a few that just aren't even putting out real NMN, so be careful. Know that wherever you're buying it from has got a good supply chain. Check on the website for the various tests that they've undergone. Make sure that the purity level is 99%. Look for things like metal content, toxicity levels in other factors. But otherwise, here endeth today's video. I hope that is in some way useful. Again, this is subjective. It's not data driven. From my perspective, for those that did ask the question, because I know a few people have been posing questions on my channel about this, I'm still going to take it. I've definitely noticed a change. And I'll probably be looking at the various other products that are coming out via NMN Bio soon. Here endeth today's video. Ta-ta for now. David Florence out.